Ah yes, listen to that boppin' banger. Hey everybody, welcome to my new project, Dark Cloud. This is one of my favorite games on the PlayStation, or the PS2 rather, I should say. Highly underrated, I might say. It was launched fairly early into the PlayStation 2's life cycle, and I don't see a whole lot of love for this game or its sequel. You know, and I mean, just this cutscene alone makes you want to just like dive right on in. I mean, look at all these groovy cast of characters. Not to mention the theme is kind of a banger too, so. Turn down my headset just a bit. Alright. Alright. First, let's poke around the options menu real quick. That's good, that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. Okay, and... yeah, okay, alright. So, let's go ahead and start. A book was found in some old ruins. All the scholars who decoded it puzzled over the mystery of the book. A world with 2 moons illuminating the sky. The many dazzling adventures of a young boy. But whether or not this is a true story, do you believe in the story woven in the book? Maybe it's a fantasy that existed only in a boy's heart. Let me tell you this story this ancient book tells of a magical and magnificent fairy tale. And the hero of this wondrous tale, whose name is... yes, that's right, we get to name our character. Canonically, his name is Toad. But you can name him whatever you want, you know. Assbutt, Noob Hunter 69, etc. Well, you don't have enough for Noob Hunter, you'll have to get creative. But before we type it in, we can look at profile. Because right above his name, it says Boy from Naroon. And that's all it says. So yes, we're going to go ahead and call him Toad. Dark Shrine. You have gathered quite a few of them. I had a hard time finding dancers with the right qualifications. Look at them. Their dance of blood. Mixing the blood of witches with that humans is key to breaking the seal. However, I do have some problems. Problems? In order to procure good material, you do need adequate... I see. I'll pay you extra. That should solve your problem. Yes, sir. Thank you. So when will that happen? Very soon, sir. Let's enjoy the ceremony till it's time. Flexer, do you know the legend of the Dark Genie sealed in the urn? Of course. How much money do you think I put into acquiring this urn? I've been waiting for this for years, and now its legendary power is mine. "400 years ago, the Genie of Darkness appeared in the east, and with its evil power, the world was burnt away. What do you intend to do with such frightening power in your hands?" Y'all see. So now is the time. Yes, sir, so it seems. What? This is the Genie? The Dark Genie? Well, it's quite different than I imagined. Dark Genie, this is it. Hey, who are you guys? Welcome back, Genie of Darkness. I broke the seal and released you. Therefore, I am your master. Oh, is that right? Whatever. Fine. That's right. I haven't eaten in 400 years. Darn, I need to eat some. I need food. Food. Got you. Huh? Stop it. Help. Delicious. Hi, how are you today? Towen, it's already started. Come on, let's go. Towen, it's already... Why did you just repeat your line? See, I told you, you should have hurried. Come on, we're late. I'm a staff member this year, so I have to go. Sorry. Oh, she left you. Towen, hurry up. Look at those insects squirm about. Start there. Tolan. Hi there. Can you hear me? Open your eyes. Wake up! Hey! I am the Fairy King. I'm the entity that unites all of nature's spirits. Listen well, young one. Something bad has happened. Men blinded by greed have revived the Dark Genie. This Dark Genie is terribly powerful. Its power is so great that it could destroy the entire world. You saw it. Your own village being destroyed right before your eyes. Not just your village. In a flash, many villages and towns were destroyed. In one night, half of your world was annihilated. It must be the men from the east that performed the resurrection ceremony, probably thinking to use its black demon power for war, without realizing how frightening it is. It is darkness. Pure darkness itself. Long ago, this so-called Dark Genie almost destroyed the world. Its malevolence is that great. The bad thing is that it has the same type of magic power as us, spirits. Unfortunately, we aren't powerful enough to destroy it. Young man, I see that you have a strong will that can withstand the evil power. And also a clear, kind heart. You might be able to fight against the darkness it generates. I decide to stake our fate on you. Let me bless you with power. There. Surprised? That's called Atomilia. It's a stone with magic power. Oh, don't look that way, boy. I'll explain now. It might get too bright for your eyes for a moment. Do you know where this is? This is no simple empty lot. This was your village. But do not lose heart. As long as you have that stone, you can return it to its original form. You see, just before the village was destroyed by that genie, I saved the buildings and people by sealing them into spheres called Atla. It seems those Atlas were scattered all around by its tremendous magic power. They were probably blown off to different places around the world. Probably thinks everything is destroyed. You must restore the world before it realizes what happened. Absorb that which I have sealed in Atla, using that Atomilia, and bring them back. Then, you'll be able to restore the world to its original form. You may even be able to create an even better world than before. You don't seem to understand anything I'm saying. Oh well, I'll give you another lesson when you acquire some Atla. So long. Towen, can you hear them? You should be able to hear them. Voices of the wind, voices of the trees, voices of the animals, and the voices of Earth. They're all calling for your help. Towen, you will probably meet and say goodbye to many people. In talking to these people, you may receive clues to defeating the darkness. Look for them. Now, Towen, your adventure will begin. First, go to the village chief's house. He'll show you where to go next. Naroon Village. Before we go any further, just listen to this song. Yeah, this is the only time you'll be able to hear this song in the entire game. But yes, we'll do exactly as the old man said, and we'll go talk to the mayor. Ah, Towen, you're alive. Seems like we're the only ones in the village that survived. We never dreamt this had happened. One night and our village is gone. Can you believe this, Towen? I feel so helpless. I, the mayor of the village, can't do anything about it. What am I supposed to do now? I guess the only thing we can do is to get help from the guardian of Naroon Village, Dran. Dran will not abandon us. He'll help us for sure. I have a favor to ask, Towen. Go to the Divine Beast Cave and tell Dran what happened. Divine Beast Cave is the cave outside towards your right-hand side. You've probably seen it before. Maybe imagining things, but I sense something has changed about the cave. Be careful. This is the cave key. Cave key acquired. I put things you might need in your bag for you. Don't get carried away. If you get in trouble in there, come back here. I'll get you more supplies. Good luck. So, you can poke around the mayor's house, but he doesn't have anything else for us around here. Let's go ahead and head outside. We still have this awesome music. Going over controls in the overworld real quick. Square, X, and circle do absolutely nothing. Triangle opens up your menu. We'll go into that in a little bit. Start pauses the game, like pauses. Select, we won't worry about that right now. R2 will go into first person mode, which all you can do is look around, you can't really move. R1 and R2 just kind of shift the camera. Oh, L1 and R1 move the camera. L2 does nothing. You move with the right stick, or with the left stick, you can move the camera with the right stick. And, yeah. Oh, it's got a day and night cycle, so. We're at dusk of day 1. A big keyhole. Use item with square. Yeah, when you get this little exclamation above your head, that's when square comes into use. Basically, it will allow you to use your item. Let's go ahead and use this cave key that we got from the mayor to enter the Divine Beast Cave. And I love this music. I'm not going to give you guys a chance to sit down and listen to it because this is the main theme of the dungeon. So, Alright. Time for a lesson from the old man. It's for real this time, Towen. From here on, you will be put to the true test. First, conquer this wretched divine beast cave and find Tran's lair. That's your first goal. Since you're a beginner, I'll give you a lesson on how to fight the dungeon. First, to advance to the next floor in the dungeon, acquire a gate key for the floor leading to the next floor. For the door, I'm sorry. Each dungeon has a different gate key. For the Divine Beast Cave, Dran's Crest will be the gate key. The gate key is almost always carried by a monster in the dungeon. You must defeat the monsters to acquire the gate key. Since you can't tell which one has the key, you'll just have to defeat them, all one by one. Next, I'll tell you about how to return to ground level, rather than advancing to the floor below. To return to ground level, mind connect with me. In other words, speak with your mind. When you do this, I will transport your body to the ground level. Just select Leave Dungeon from the main menu. But beware, if there are monsters left on the floor, the mind connect won't work. It'll be blocked by their evil energies. In such cases, use the item Escape Powder to get out on your own. The Neroon Village Chief has lots of it, so be sure to get it before you go. You can also mind connect me when you go through the dungeon, through the gate to the next floor of a dungeon. When you re-enter the dungeon, you can start at the next new level so you don't have to worry about losing progress. Next is on to weapons. Beware that weapons are breakable. The more you use a weapon, the more it wears, and it finally breaks. Broken weapons will disappear. To prevent weapons from breaking, use the item Repair Powder. It will restore their whip. The longer you use a weapon by repairing, the more magic it absorbs from monsters and thus becomes stronger. It's said that when a weapon reaches its full strength, it can change to a more powerful form. Keep that in mind. Oh, I cast a special spell on the dagger you have on you so it'll never disappear. But all the new weapons you will get during the quest will disappear once they break, so be careful. Don't waste your hard work by letting a weapon break and disappear. Finally, the important stuff. The spear, Atla, where I protected and sealed the fragments of the world. If you see an Atla, don't hesitate to touch it. You can absorb the contents of an Atla into your Atomilia by touching it. When you return to the surface, you will be able to begin reassembling these fragments of the world. Oops, today's lesson ran a bit long. That's it for the lecture today. Now Towen, show me your true ability on this quest. Alright, here we are in the Divine Beast Cave. In dungeons, going over controls. X is weapon swing, circle is lock on. Square doesn't do anything for now. I'll focus once we get done with this cave bat. Of course, it's a cave, so we're always going to have to face against a bat. Alright. Square does nothing right now. Triangle opens up your menu. R2 is first person. R1, L1 swings the camera. L2 centers the camera. Right. So, let's take on this, ow, cave bat. Ah, oh, come on. Why am I struggling against a lonely little bat? Anyway, this would be a great time to go into our items. Oh yes, the mayor gave us a handful of items, just basic necessities. You can press square to organize them. First, the first press just clears up any empty spaces. Second press puts them, well, reorganizes them. So yeah. Now, appear on active items. We'll mess with that on a later date. As you can see on here is our, status card for our character. I'm not sure what to call this, but yeah, the character part of the card that's where we drag our items to if we want to use them. Right here is our current weapon. It's a dagger and it's got 6 strength. Right here is our defensive power, which means we can nullify 3 points of damage. We can buff that up later. The blue bar is our health. The red bar is our weapon whip, and the blue bar is our water. We want to keep a close eye on water. Poison, like any RPG, just decreases your health over time. So we'll go ahead and use this antidote drink. Cover from poisons. Alright. I'm not going to bother explaining too much because this episode's already run, almost 30 minutes with nothing but cutscenes and talking, so we'll just progress. We have another cave bat. While you're locked on, L1 you can switch targets, and R1 you can block. Blocking also... Okay, blocking is where the defensive power comes in. As you saw, we didn't take any damage, or our weapon didn't get beat up anymore. Sometimes enemies will drop weapons, like that skeleton warrior dropped bread. We've got Atomilia. Press X next to it, and we'll get River. We have a chest. We'll press X next to it. We'll get the bone key. Simple as that. We get magic crystal, which a magic crystal will show you all the enemies, chests, and Atomilia left to get on the floor. Very helpful. Got a robe from that spear. And here we have tasty water. Tasty water will help replenish our thirst gauge. Again, you want to keep it out because no matter what you do, it will deteriorate over time. We have a dungeon map which shows us the entire layout of the floor. From here we get trees. Pretty basic stuff. And we get fence. Right. This question mark will be explained later on. Right. But yes, Dark Cloud, it's a dungeon crawler / world building RPG. Oh, sounds like we got some enemies. Got some repair powder. We got a dasher. Basically, a dasher will hit and run. We got a prickly, and that skeleton warrior dropped some gold for us, or some gilda. Right here. There's a bone-shaped keyhole. Use item will square. Alright, so we'll go ahead and use the bone key. Right. And then we get macho. Oh, yeah. Right. Now with what you saw there, or didn't see. Okay, yeah, what you saw there was, with enough presses, Toan can pull off a weapon combo. We got wind, which again, go into detail later. But for now, we want to heal up. And we get Transgressed, the gate key. Now, we can leave this dungeon, but we don't need to. Leave this floor. We don't need to yet, because we have to get all the Atomilia. Now we're going to go up here, and as you can see, my water gauge is blinking, which means, yep, getting thirsty. Need water or it'll begin to affect health. Hear that little... Oh, come on! Stop poisoning. As you can hear that beeping, that means our weapon's about to break. So we're just going to go and repair it. Alright. Dagger's ABS is full. You can upgrade now. So we'll go ahead and just take care of that. I'll explain weaponry in the next episode, but for now, we're just going to go and upgrade it so we don't lose any EXP, or ABS, whatever. Alright. Now. Alright. Go ahead and get this Atomilia sphere. And we get Mucho's house. Alright. Okay. That's what I want to see. Or don't, really. Thirst reached its limit. Health is beginning to deteriorate. So, yes, when you're thirsty, you will lose health 1 point at a time. And I can't tell if I'm losing health thanks to poison or if I'm losing health thanks to thirst, but whatever. Your health deteriorates over time if you're thirsty. Now, let's make a mad dash. And don't worry about using using your items on the dungeon floor this early in the game. Because you're going to be doing a lot of entering and exiting the dungeon. Like, at this point in the game, you'll get one floor done before you have to leave. Right, there you are. Okay, alright. Yeah. Go ahead and use my last bit of bread. And use my last bit of repair powder. Alright. So now we're just going to make our way to the exit. Which that bread bought us some time. Alright. Go here. There's a big keyhole. Gee, I wonder what we put in there. Alright, so now we'll go down. And we'll leave dungeon temporarily, because we can still re-enter it. Now we have the main theme for Naroon playing. Yet another cutscene. Ugh. Seems like you finally came back with some Atla. Very well then. I shall teach you as I promised. The pieces sealed inside Atla are released by touching the Atla with your left hand, where the power of Atomilia resides. Buildings and people that were sucked into Atomilia will be restored to their original form. Once you bring them back to the ground level, you can arrange them as you wish. By going back and forth between the dungeon and ground level, you can restore the earth to its original form. That's your mission as the one who was granted the power of Atomilia. Now, let us move on. This may get a bit technical. If you wanted to place buildings, etc., press the select button while walking and go into edit mode. Press the select button again to return to walking mode. In edit mode, you can reassemble buildings that have fallen apart and place them on the ground. Seeing is believing. Try it yourself. Must be faster than listening to my lecture. Duh. Oh yes, and if you ever forget the things I teach you, use this. Manual. It is a guide for using Atomia and other things. I wrote it for beginners like you. Manual can be selected from the main menu. Read it really carefully. Okay, I leave the world's construction to you. I'll be watching. So long. Oh. So, yeah. As the sun sets on this adventure, or rather on this episode, I'll see you guys next time.